Well, it's about damn time, right? Over a year later, and we're finally here, guys. Welcome to Capcom! Oh, I love you guys. It has been 6 months since the destruction of Sigma, and little has changed. The Maverick Revolt started by Sigma is over, but Megaman X and the new generation of Maverick Hunters have yet to destroy all of Sigma's followers, as Megaman X and his badass sidekick Green Biker Dude charge towards the battle. Led by information gained by Dr. Kane, Megaman X and the rest of the Hunters have tracked the last of the Mavericks to an abandoned Reploid factory. There they hope to wipe out the last of the Resistance. Little do they suspect that the real war is about to begin.
CX4 chip.
Megaman X2, enter X Hunters. But yes, with that and X apparently charging to shoot me. Welcome everyone to Let's Play Megaman. 2. And this is where I realized that my cursor wasn't actually on the right window, so I actually couldn't pause, enter the title screen for another 10 seconds. You saw it there for a split second. But let's get right on into it, shall we? And now, X and our good friend, the Green Biker Dude, are off to save the day once again. Come, Green Biker Dude, onward to victory! No! Green Biker Dude, no! That's it. I'm gonna murderate every single one of you. Anyway, as opposed to Megaman X1, you actually have the dash ability right off the bat. Thankfully, X doesn't have to get an upgrade for the dash from now on. In every game in the series from now on, X will have the dash by default. Also, right now I'm gonna say, what did they do to the sound chip? For some reason, the instruments aren't as high quality as they were in X1. Mind you, there are still some fantastic tracks in the game, but still. Anyway, aside from that, basic controls, by the way, hold right here. The basic controls are the exact same as they were in the original game. I'm going to say that right now. And we got this little section here, which is pretty much just training for the final levels, because we're going to see more of those Crusher sequences later on. Anyway, there's an energy capsule right here. I don't really need it because we're at the boss right now, actually. And like all Mega Man X bosses, he's absolutely huge. But he's also pathetically easy. One thing though, I do like the little layering techniques they use with him. That's kind of cool looking. Basic techniques for him, just charge shot and shoot him in the face, 4 will take him down. And I'm gonna say this right now, well, he's supposedly blinking, but you can't really see it that well due to compression. No other boss in the game will explode that quickly, sad to say. I think all the other explosions for the bosses take like 30 seconds to a minute. Ooh, a cutscene! This is their leader. His name is Megaman X. Thank you for scrolling so quickly, game. Those who underestimated him are now nothing but scrap. And that's how fast it goes normally. We won't make the same mistake. He's powerful, but he's too blind to see what is happening around him. Our Mavericks will keep him busy until we are ready. Yes, how is the main plan proceeding? Collection is proceeding as scheduled. However, we are having problems with the control chip. We have little time. We must finish construction on schedule. We must hurry. Good God, could that text slow can be could that text level be any slower? It's like they have little money. Anyway, here we have our 8 Mavericks for the game. Wire Sponge, Morph Moth, Flame Stag, Magna Centipede, Crystal Snail, Wheel Gator, Bubble Crab, and Overdrive Ostrich. But normally people start with Wire Sponge, and I'm going with that, actually. Wire Sponge is pretty much just the overall easiest boss in the game. There's also the fact that, like Mega Man X1, we have collectibles back in the game. Heart Tanks, E-Tanks, upgrade parts of the mix. Heart Tanks upgrade your life. And Wire Sponge's stage has one. In fact, all 8 stages have one, and Wire Sponge's is right here. Who found that the first time, by the way? In fact, who was just gravitated toward that wall? Well, actually, finding that does make sense later on due to a certain upgrade part for X. Anyway, these little orbs right here, if you use later weapons on them, they will actually change the weather in the area you're coming up to. Although to 100% the stage, you don't need to do this at all. You can just do what I'm doing. Because up here, we got our first sub-tank, actually. E-tanks are from Classic. Sub-tanks pretty much allow you to store extra life energy you don't need to add to your life bar, but you can only store into them when your life bar is full, mind you, so perfect running is kind of necessary. And using them, well, first off, it'll use almost the entire thing at once. I think X4 was the game that started the thing where if you use it, you only use the percentage you need. And once you use it, that energy is gone, however, your life is restored. Anyway, Wire Sponge's song? Well, the song's pretty good, don't get me wrong, but stage isn't that hard. There's a reason a lot of people come here first. Usually the one I see people go for first, otherwise, is Overdrive Ostrich. With the occasional... what was his name? Flame Stag. I see a couple of people go for him first. Now, one little thing I forget if I mentioned this back in X1. It's already been a year, goddamn. In fact, it's been over a year. I posted that in, like, January of last year, didn't I? It's March currently. In fact, it's March 18th at the time of this recording. But when you dash in Mega Man X and X1, X1 and X2 rather, your shots will actually do double damage. It's technically a glitch, though it makes sense due to velocity and such. And that's useful against bosses like Wire Sponge. Since we don't have his weakness, which is Overdrive Ostrich, for those wondering. I have to take him down completely with the Mega Buster. Anyway, Wire Sponge likes to send his little wires, I guess, at you, and he'll occasionally cling to the wall. Sometimes he'll cling to the ceiling and shoot seeds out. The seeds will sprout into spiky thorns that'll hurt you. And honestly, I find him to be the hardest Maverick out of them all. No, actually, there are harder ones to Mega Buster. Either way, for the first timer, he's kind of hard because you have low health and no reserves. Well, actually, no, you'll have one reserve if you come to the stage. In fact, that's something that actually happens in this fight. I actually completely forget I have the sub-tank for some reason. But really, basic strategy, aside from obviously avoiding his rather telegraphed attacks, is just, first time not do that. Charge and dash, that's pretty much the best way to go about it. Anyway, when he's low on health, he'll start to glow red, which means he's obviously going to go 3 times faster. He'll do a little dance, and he'll cause lightning to fall from the heavens. As far as I remember, it actually never hits the same place twice, so as long as you're standing in between them, you should be good. Though thankfully, with enough shots, he will die. And have a really long explosion sequence. You done yet? You done yet? You're done? Thank you. Also, I'll admit, throughout the last half of that fight, I was actually kind of nervous because I was so low on life. But you know what? I remembered I had the E-Tank right around now. Anyway, for beating him, we got the Strike Chain. This is actually a very situational weapon. In fact, a lot of the weapons in this game are. Generally speaking, you'll use it just to use, well, obviously you'll use it against the boss who's weak against it, Wheel Gator. but you'll also use it to grab onto platforms from a distance. It's pretty much a helpful weapon more than anything. Anyway, Wheelgator stage is my least favorite in the game. Why? Well, while you might just barely be able to see it, if seen at all, in the compression, Wheelgator stage is constantly rocking back and forth really fast. In fact, you could barely see it, probably. And that gets nauseating and headache-causing after a while. Luckily, I'm not in here for long. And while most people don't know that you can do this, you actually can 100% this level on your first playthrough. This requires a bit of tricking out. The first thing to get in the stage is actually right above us right now. We need to use the strike chain. I should have used the L and R buttons instead of the start. And we need to dash jump, and use our chain to grab onto that little ledge right there. This takes about 2 or 3 minutes, but I get it eventually. And we have our first light upgrade. Megaman X into the capsule. This enhancement will modify your X-Buster. With it, you will be able to charge energy in both arms at once. This enables you to shoot a double shot, or to charge any weapon. So this will pretty much allow us to not only have 2 charge shots on hand, best X-Buster upgrade in the series, by the way, and also charge any special weapons. X3 would later revisit this concept, except kind of do something weird with it. Though I do think it's easily the best X-Buster in the series. And the big gimmick with this stage is you got these little platforms going around, and if you hit the spikes, obviously Mega Man, you're instant death. And also, one little weird detail I didn't actually notice until this playthrough. In Wheelgator stage, time will actually pass outside. You'll start off at like midday or so outside, and if you take too long in here, it actually will become nighttime. It's around sunset by the time I exit. And here we got the ride armor. It controls the exact same way it did in X1, except the dash is a bit better. And if I recall correctly, this is like the only stage we use it in. Luckily, these things do get a bit more fleshed out in X3. Then again, X3 is just kind of boring. And we don't even use it for that long either. We ditch it here, although I kind of get stuck in it. Get out. Get out. Come on. Thank you. Anyway, right there is where the heart tank for the level is. You're not supposed to be able to get this or the X-Buster upgrade actually until you get Flame Stag's weapon. But right now you can actually bait this. If you can bait this guy's shots out, and this guy's shots do have a limited range, as you'll see right there. You can trick him out, take damage intentionally, and wall jump through on the spikes through invincibility frames and get it much earlier than intended. That means we'll never have to revisit this level, and thank God, too, I hate this place. Yeah, don't stay on that platform for too long or else you will die. Oh, the Sniper Joes. Well, actually, no, those aren't Sniper Joes at all, are they? They're completely different. But that's essentially what they are. They're the Sniper Joes from Classic. And thankfully, they're nowhere near as annoying, especially the Mega Man 1 incarnation. I hate their Mega Man 1 incarnation. And that little blue thing on the top right of the screen, by the way, is a weapon energy recharge. So if you need to charge up your weapon energy, just find one of those. So yeah, see, right now it's actually sunset or sunrise. I can't tell which. Also, one thing about this little vehicle we're on at the moment. By the way, there's this little boss door here. We'll find out about what that does next part. This entire little car thing we're on right now is actually in the shape of an alligator. Also, little known thing in my experience, there's a little health energy right there for some reason. In fact, if you need to grind for sub-tanks, this is probably the place to do it. Or at least at this time. There's one place that's better for it towards the end of the game. Then I will be abusing that place. I see you there, die. Jesus, that guy takes about as long to explode as one of the bosses. Anyway, Wheelgator is weak, obviously, against the strike chain, hence why I went here. I'll admit, this takes me a minute to get to because I was actually looking at my TV. And Wheelgator is easily the most boring boss in the game for one reason and one reason only. It's so slow-paced. Wheelgator likes to hide underneath this oil that we're in right now. Occasionally shooting out his spike wheels, which will be the weapon we actually get from him. Which travel across the wall and ceiling, and occasionally he'll drag you into the oil, like so, actually. Shake free, just mash the buttons to shake free. And then he'll jump out of the oil and you can use strike chain on him. Notice how it's around maybe 15:41 right now? We're in here for pretty much the rest of the part. And since this battle is so slow-paced, I'm actually going to be fast-forwarding it. In fact, Wheelgator here, even though he's rather easy, he's just time-consuming, he is the reason I wanted to start doing speed-ups in my boss rush stuff. So yeah, with that, hit the music. Jesus! That took too long. Also, fun little fact, the little attack he did at the end there where he kind of turned into a weird rafflecopter thing. I've actually never seen him do that before. But thankfully, and also thankfully, mind you, because we got to fight him again later on, Wheelgator's dead. Yay! And for beating him, I think I mentioned the name of it earlier, we get the spike wheel, which, like when he used it in the battle, will travel across walls when you use it. It'll also destroy certain blocks. So keep that in mind when it comes to completion. And that means another cutscene, doesn't it? Yep. I see now why Sigma fell at the hands of Megaman X. He is quite formidable. I'm not sure our Mavericks can hold him long enough. We may have to intervene. Dr. Kane, what happened? A group of Mavericks calling themselves the X-Hunters have just contacted us. Greetings. We have all of Zero's parts. Okay, then keep that to yourself, buddy. They can be yours if you can defeat us. We look forward to meeting you, X. X, Zero's control chip is still stored here. I doubt it is possible to resurrect him without it. Dr. Kane, I've got to get Zero's parts back. At any cost. Oh god, can't we just leave him dead? Then again, otherwise we want to get 03. Damn it. Anyway, now, the 3 X-Hunters will now appear in 3 random stages depending on which one you just exited. However, I'll be explaining them next time on Let's Play Megaman X2. Thank you guys for watching, rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys then.